guys, it's Maddie. Welcome to Tag Tuesday, and for today's tag I will be doing the drunk book tag. So this is a book tag that has questions surrounding various alcoholic beverages. I've been really excited to do this tag because I'm someone who likes drinking like wine and champagne on a regular basis, especially since I've turned 21. So I've just been really excited to do this tag, and it is a tag created by one of my favorite booktubers, Chelsea Darling Reads, and also by Pages and Pens. So thank you to them for creating this tag, and I am excited to do it. I also thought it'd be fitting to like have an alcoholic beverage in my hand while I do this tag. This is actually moonshine. I have never tried moonshine before, and I've heard it's really strong, so I'm kind of scared to try it. I'm actually going to try it out on camera, so that's going to be interesting. My mom actually gave it to me in this little like bottle. That's so cute, and it is an apple, I believe it's an apple pie moonshine flavor. Apple pie flavored. I'm very intrigued on how this is going to taste, so let's just try it. I'm kind of scared. Whoa! Oh man! That is strong. Oh my god. That is strong, but at the same time it's really good. It has like this very musky taste to it. Oh my gosh. It definitely tastes like apple pie though. Oh my gosh, but it's so strong. Oh my gosh. I don't even know if I can finish this. It's so strong, but it is really good. Okay. I'm gonna be drinking it throughout this video, I guess, and making like sour faces the whole time. Oh my gosh. What have I got myself into? Alright, so let's just start on with the questions. So question number 1 is wine coolers. You're 16 and you finally managed to sneak one of your mom's Smirnoff Ices. What is one of your most guilty pleasure reads? I don't think I've ever said this before, but I hate this question. It comes up on so many tags, and I'm just like, why does this question keep on coming up? Because I really don't have any guilty pleasure reads. When I like a book, I don't feel guilty about it. I just don't. So this question keeps coming up, and I pick the same book every time because this is the closest I've ever gotten to having a guilty pleasure read, and that is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I have mentioned before, this is like my guilty pleasure read supposedly. The only reason I find it a guilty pleasure read is because a lot of people don't like this book because it's not original, but even though it's not original, I still love this book. However, I can't say the same for the other books in the series. They're not that great, but the first book was really good and I like it, so I don't really care what other people have to say about it. I mean, I know why people don't like it, but I still love it and I don't feel bad about it. So, I don't know. I don't have any guilty pleasure books. This is the closest one that comes to that. Next is beer. You've made it to college and you are hosting your first kegger. Pick your favorite new adult or college-aged book. So my favorite new adult book is Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I read this book 2 years ago. I think I read it in one sitting, which I never read books in one sitting, but this book hooked me right away and I just could not stop reading it. And the same goes for all of the Colleen Hoover books that I have read. They are so good and I can never put them down, except for Slammed. Slammed I actually didn't like, but I still couldn't put it down. I just really love her books. I can't wait to read more from her. Next is Tequila. You partied too hard last night and drank a little too much Jose Cuervo. What's a book that you never want to see again, or your least favorite book? A book that's my least favorite book of all time and a book I never want to see again is going to come to a surprise to probably most of you because this is such a well-loved book, but it is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I recently read this book and I despised it. I hate the fact that it's so hyped up. So many people like it, but I just did not like it. I don't ever want to see it again. I feel bad because when I see like booktubers showing this book off, or when I see it on their bookshelves, I just get this revolting look on my face because I hate this book so much. I hate seeing it. Never want to see it again. It was just not the book for me. Question number 4 is Beer Bong. What is a book that you read super fast? So this is a recent read of mine that I loved so much and I read it so fast. That is The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black. This is one of my most recent favorite reads. I love this book so much. I finished it in 2 days, which may not seem super fast, but this book is a little over 400 pages, and with this size of a book, it usually takes me probably 3 to 4 days to finish a book this size, and I finished this in 2 days because I was so hooked to it. I could not put it down, and I loved this book so much, which is funny because a lot of people really don't like this book. It's a lot of people's least favorite Holly Black book, but I just loved it. Like, I thought it was flawless. So I definitely read it super fast, and I just could not put it down. Next is Spring Break. You've thrown your inhibitions to the wind and end up having a sexy night you'll never forget. What is your favorite smutty read? Okay, I don't read smut ever. It's not my thing. So I don't really have an answer for this one. The closest one I can come up with is Ugly Love, because this is a very steamy book. It's the most steamiest book I've ever read. So I would say this one, that's the one that comes closest to a smutty read for me, and it's one I really enjoyed, as I've said earlier. Next is Screwdriver. I didn't even know there was a drink called Screwdriver. I have no idea what it is. And the question for that is, what is the most twisted book you've ever read? So for this one, I'm going with Forbidden by Tabitha Suzuma. I consider this book pretty twisted because it's about incest. It's about a brother and sister falling in love, so it's a very taboo book. But I love this book so much. Even though it's about incest and it deals with such a heavy taboo topic, it is done so well, and it really is a book that makes you think, and I just loved it so much. I actually want to reread it again because I read this book 2 years ago, so I'm wondering if I'll still like it now, but I have a feeling I will. Next is Long Island Iced Tea, the melting pot of alcoholic beverages. What is your favorite diverse read? My favorite diverse book of all time is None of the Above by I.W. Gregorio. This is a book about a character who finds out that she is intersex and how she deals with that. It is a very unique book. I've never read a book that handles this topic, and I've never read a book as unique as this one. And it was so interesting. It's definitely a book that I would consider rereading again, and I would highly recommend it if you are into books about intersex and if you're into diverse books. The next question is Sex on the Beach. A drink that's great in theory but wasn't exactly all it was cracked up to be. What is a book that just didn't live up to the hype? So I'm going to go with Wild Beauty by Anna Marie McLemore. This book was pretty hyped up the first few weeks before it actually came out, and I got an art copy of it on NetGalley because I was so intrigued to read it because everyone was talking about it, and the synopsis sounded really cool. It's a magical realism book, but I found it so difficult to get through this book. I could not understand it. It was very lyrically written, which the writing is beautiful, but the beautiful writing did not make up for the underdeveloped plotline and characters. It was just so underwhelming, and I just really didn't enjoy it. I skimmed almost all of it, so was definitely not the book for me, but I can see how other people would like it. It just really did not live up to the hype for me personally. Next is one of my favorite alcoholic beverages of all time, that is wine. You've just gone through a rough breakup, so you park yourself in bed with your favorite bottle of wine, some ice cream, and a bucket of your tears. Oh, I can see myself doing that. Name a book that made you cry out all of your feels. So a book that made me cry so much, actually a manga series that made me cry so much, was the Fruits Basket series. The thing with this series is that it is super lighthearted at times, super happy, but then within the next page it'll get super dark and disturbing and sad. And I found myself at so many points in this series where I was just bawling my eyes out because it can get so sad, and I really feel for the characters in this book. They've all gone through such terrible lives, so this book definitely gives me the feels. It's definitely a series that I will go back to when I want to have like a good cry. This series will definitely do that to me. And the last question is Strip Club. Okay, we're going there. What's the sexiest naked book? So I picked Heartless by Marissa Meyer. I just love this book naked. The front cover of it, like, isn't that just gorgeous? And even the back to it, like, I wouldn't mind if I just had this book naked all the time. And most of the time, actually all the time, I prefer it to have a dust jacket, but this is just like, What? So freaking beautiful. I love how it looks without the dust jacket. It's just so pretty. I really like it. So that was the drunk book tag where I got to drink my first moonshine throughout it. I am going to finish it because I'm actually getting more used to it as I've been drinking it throughout this video, but it's still like so strong. But it's still really good. It's hard to explain, but I still enjoy it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to do this tag, I would tag you to do it. I guess as long as you're over 21. I think this tag might be hard to relate to if you're under 21, but like, whatever floats your boat. And if you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below for more bookish related videos and book tags.